Greetings and greetings to you all. Thank you for joining us again in this 5 minute spiritual quest. My name is Mr. Abdullah Ngom. And today in this 5 minute journey is about how to conquer time. How to conquer time and the steps to your glory. Because when you come to do anything in this life, that requires one effort to prevail, whether it is to overcome the struggles of life or the challenges of a situation or to achieve a goal in society. First, time must be conquered in order for one to step into their glory. So, this is today's topic on the 5 minute spiritual journey, how to conquer time and the steps toward your glory. Now, one must understand that time is governed by three stages: past, present, the future. This is a universal law. It's the same law that governs the entire universe and govern the same small watch that we wear as the past time, on time, and after time. And it's the same law that govern life itself. As you born, you live, and you die. That's the full cycle of life. Live, you born, live, die, and your time is up. Done. The three stage. This is a universal law. In anything and everything in life is governed by this universal law of the three. Now, the formula to conquer time lies on having the choice to set your personal watch at will. You can set your watch before time, on time, or after time, time schedule. A choice with a simple process to set your watch as you will. Therefore, you should never be late on a schedule for where you need to be or what you need to do, for having the choice to set your watch ahead of time. And since we all know that no one can catch up with time, because at this very moment in time that I'm recording this message, which is December 16, 2005, 9:30 a.m. This moment will never repeat itself in the lifetime of this world. This time will never come back in the lifetime in this world. And also, time will not rewind itself for anyone because time is a continuation. This is the relevancy of time for not to be taken for granted. Because when it passes you by, if 1 minute passes you by, that minute will never come back in your lifetime. This is how relevant time is. It's what governs life itself. That should never be taken for granted. The relevancy of time was one of the first and the most important thing my martial arts coach taught me from the very beginning. Then he break it down for me in depth. Then tell me, kid, don't never come late in my class. Because if getting to the task is a challenge, then you're not ready for the task. Or you will compromise the task. From that point, I come with this logic. 1 hour before my time, throughout my career, to this very moment in time schedule, where I'm scheduled to be or to do, 1 hour before. I will start 1 hour before, or I'll have to be there 1 hour before. That's why I come with this logic. Being early is being on time. Being on time is being late. And being late is not acceptable. Let me repeat that. Being early on your schedule is on time. Be on time when you come early. Be on time does mean being late on your schedule. Being late on your schedule is not acceptable. This is the rule of time, the laws of time, because time is a continuation. Does not wait for anyone no rewind itself for anyone. So therefore, how to conquer time, your best chance and the formula is having the will and the choice to set your time schedule, where you need to be or what you need to be ahead of time, to be ahead of time, instead of be left behind by time or try to chase time that no one can catch up with. Time no one can catch up with. So you go ahead of time and waiting for time. Whatever time have for you, you're ready and waiting, and don't let it pass you by. Called readiness. Because time have his lessons, cruel and harsh lessons to teach when it's disrespected. Because what govern life itself earn respect. That's why time can be very harsh and or very cruel with his way of teaching people when it's disrespected. For example, let's say you miss your ride, your bus or train on your way to work. You just yards away and you see the bus, they're closing the door of the train, and you're running. You see people sometimes yelling, please stop, hold the door, or stop. But they end up missing their ride anyway. Just few seconds, just needed 5 seconds or 10 seconds to make it, but they miss it. They're behind time, 5 seconds or 10 seconds behind schedule, and the train or the bus take off, left behind, and they just go, damn. Only 5 minutes, 5 seconds or 10 seconds they would have made it, and their mind go on full mode. Or what if, or what should I, if I could come just 1 minute or, but they missed their ride anyway. And knowing probably the next bus or train might be another half an hour or 1 hour, sometime in some case. And for that, they know they're gonna be late at work. And if time chooses to teach them his harsh or cruel lessons, those seconds late can turn to a totally different route. A totally different route that they will not see coming. That if they saw it coming, they would be at the station 1 hour before their time. Because being late for your ride might let you being late at work. And being late at work, that might let you getting fired from the job. And getting fired from the job, you will be facing a totally different reality. And all started just from some just seconds away. From seconds led to something major. That's why time is an entity that should never be played with or taken for granted. Never play with or taken for granted. When you understand the relevancy of time, you will never take time for granted. Because time is a continuation, doesn't stop. You stop, time keep going. Your time is going. If getting to the task mean where you need to be or what you need to do is just getting there is a task, that means you're not ready for the task. You are not ready for the task, or you will compromise the task. Just getting there. If that's a challenge, then you're not ready for it. That's the reason you see also many people, they get a new job after a long period of time looking for one. They get a new job and they get excited. Everybody gonna hear about it. Okay. Full with energy. See the job as a blessing. Because now they are free from the anxiety or the hardship of not having a job. Probably behind bill payment or struggling to put food on the table. And many others scarcity that one face for not having a job. So when they have a new job, the job become a blessing. Then they're gonna go early, just excited, working, doing their best to impress. But when they go to the level two, where it's about consistent, it's no longer about excitement, it's about consistent. Because now they are free from all the worries, all the worrisome. Now they're gonna start compromising the job. They used to come early, but now they're coming on time. They come right on time, and they look at the time to clock out. They clock in on time and clock out right on time. Now they're playing with time now. It's not about the job, it's about time now. They used to come early. When they used to come early, it was about the job. Now it's about the time. They're playing with time now. Now they come on time and clock out right on time. Before you know it, they will be behind time. They're gonna come in late. Now they're playing with time now. They come in late and probably compromising the task. Before you know it, they will get fired from the job, and they will go right back to where they started, the struggle. That's what happened when you play with time. The job should not be about the time; it's about the job. So you go before time, you fulfill your task. But if you play time with time, and time left you behind, you will stay behind with your struggle. That's why when you're facing any task in this life, the first thing you need to understand is the law or the rules of time, because time govern all. It's the most relevant thing, most relevant element or entity in life, because it governs life itself. The first one need to be understood and not to be taken for granted or not to be violated. It's time. It's the first stage. That's why when you implement the logic of being early is on time, be on time is being late, and being late is not acceptable. Just then you can move on to the next stage, meaning the law of duality, because it's time first, then duality mean action. You have to understand the law of duality, the law of action. They all have it's three stages: time, duality, and glory. The law of time, you have to understand that the law of time, the law of duality mean the law of action, and the law of glory, how to move on to glory. These are three laws. These are universal laws, and they have this similar logic. When you understand one, you can understand the rest. And how one function is how the rest function. It function in everything in life. Humans, animals, even the machines as the car we drive. It's the same law that governs them all. It's the universal law. So it's crucial to understand how this law works. So when you face a task, you will go by according to the universal law. Because when you go according to the universal law, you cannot fail. Because it's not about the person, it's about what the person needs to do. The law is already set for anyone and for all. Does not recognize anyone, does not discriminate anyone. It's set just to function the way it functions. Whoever apply it, the outcome will be the same. That's what universal law is. Universal law is what apply to all the same. And these three elements, the law of time, the law of duality, and the law to glory, these are laws already set. When you understand them, when you face a task, failing will not be an option. Failing will not be an option because you are implementing a law that is already set. It's already set in stone, so to speak. It works the same for everyone. Now, the law of duality is three stages. That's why it's crucial we come up with this logic. You start strong and finish stronger, because that's the law. You have to start strong and you have to finish stronger in order to prevail in the law of duality. It's three stages. If this law is not implemented, start strong, finish stronger. In anything you do in this life that require one effort to conquer, if this law is violated, whatever that is, you will come short. You will not make it. You cannot make it. This is not even possible for you to make it when this law is violated. The law of duality is three stages: the beginning and the middle. The middle is the consistency, and the third stage is the stage of strength. In other words, the stage of willpower. These are the three stages that must put into motion toward anything you're going after to conquer: the beginning, the middle, and the end. Beginning, consistency, and the strength, the willpower. Consistency is not enough. Consistency in anything is not enough to prevail. Consistency is ordinary. Consistency is ordinary. And ordinary cannot prevail over extraordinary willpower. The level of willpower, the third level, is the level of willpower, where extraordinary separates itself from ordinary. By doing what? Doing more. Doing the extra. Consistency is not enough. It's not enough to conquer anything. Consistency, you will always come short, because extraordinary is right here waiting. Ordinary and extraordinary, they're not the same level, same category. No, 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 no. Extraordinary is the one who do the extra, who carry the load, extra load. And even the word itself, what's different? Ordinary and extraordinary. What is the difference? The extra. If you take the extra from extraordinary and put it to ordinary, ordinary becomes extraordinary. It's always about doing the extra. And that's where strength and willpower come to separate themselves from the ordinary. Consistency is not enough. It's regular, ordinary. Not enough for one to prevail. That's why you have to understand the three stages: the beginning, the middle, which is consistency, because the way you started, you can maintain that level. That's what consistency is. Let's say the marathon race, a marathon race. Now, when the goals is given, the start, everybody take off. Now, they all take off, all start strong. Few miles, some start slowing down. But when you get to the 15 miles, those who stay on the level of consistency, they are consistent to the 15 miles period. But what happens usually at the 15 mile? You see a group, small group, break away from the main group. How they did it? They do more. These are the extraordinary, the willpower, the strength, who will break away from the ordinary, this consistency level. They break themselves away from another group, from the main group. These people, one of these people will come first, will cross the finish line first. And this is where willpower plays. Who have more willpower? It's not about physical, it's about willpower. Who have more willpower. Then when you come to 6 miles before the finish line, you'll see usually 2, 3, 4 people break away from the other group, because they have to go more. That's where willpower in motion, full motion, who have more willpower. 5, 6 miles before the cross line, they take off, break away. You see them, it's like, even sometimes the car they go faster than some car. They they just take off. Willpower. And what happens usually when they cross the finish line? When they cross the finish line, they collapse. You see? Or be held by people. It's not physical, it's willpower. Because their mind was programmed to cross the finish line, their willpower. Now, when they cross the finish line, the job is done, then the body return to his normal level, then they collapse. Because it doesn't make no sense one who run 26 miles and ending up not even taking a couple of steps or be held by people. It's not physical, it's mental, it's mindset. We call it willpower. That's where extraordinary separate themselves from ordinary. It's the three levels. It works the same in anything we do in life. Anything and everything. It's the same law that governs it all. Let's say the animal kingdom. When the predator is chasing a prey. Same thing. Same law. The predator is ready. When the chase starts, there's a gap. If the predator maintain the gap, consistency, it's impossible for the predator to catch the prey because the gap is already there. The predator have to increase the speed to close up the gap. But consistency is not enough. The predator will never catch the prey with consistency. See? Same law. So therefore the predator have to go stronger. That's why when they see the closing the gap, they go faster and faster to close up the gap. Because that's the only chance they have to catch the prey. It's a universal law. Without going to 3 stage, it's not possible in any theory to catch the prey. Same law. The way you work the marathon race, the human work the same in animal. And also work the same in the machine. Let's say the car we drive. It's 3 gears. First gear, second gear, and third gear. Now the car itself, the reality of the car itself is 3 stage. The car can go reverse, park, or forward, the three stage. Past, present, future. Same law. The same law of time. Past, present, future. The car can only reverse, park, or move forward. But when the car is on motion, forward motion, the law of duality have to be implemented. Now it's automatic. The car, when the car start moving, where it start the gear, the first gear, the start. Then you go a little bit and you click to the second gear. Consistency level. Now, from the consistency level, the car have to go to the third gear now. Now, when you get to the third gear, only then the driver have the choice how fast the car can go. Now, only then, not on the first gear. The first gear, there's a period of time. You cannot go 100 miles an hour in the first gear. You cannot go 100 miles an hour in the second gear. You can only do that when the gear is on third gear, where the driver have now the option how fast they want to go. That can only happen on the third gear. Same law. It's a universal law that work in everything, in anything. If you want to prevail, first gear, second gear, third gear, from then, just then the driver have an option now. Have an option to how fast the car can go. Now, some knucklehead, they can go faster and then killing themselves. Some can respect the traffic rule of regulations. See, it's the same law that governs all the 3 laws. The same law of the time is the same law of duality, as well as the same law of glory. Even in our educational system, it's the same law that governs it. All the systems are built by the same formula. Our educational system is 3 stage: prime school, high school, and college. Prime school is the first stage, the beginning. High school is consistency, the level, second level. But high school is not enough. You have to graduate from college. Just high school, your educational requirement is not done. Your educational requirement is when you graduate from college, but not high school. High school is the second level. The beginning, prime school, high school, college. College is the third. Now, from college, after when you graduate from college, now you have options to go to achieve other degrees, a bachelor, doctorate, and many other degrees that are out there that are optional, available for those who graduate. Those are available for only when you graduate from college. You cannot go get your bachelor, your degree when you're in high school. You cannot. Or you have to finish. You have to go to the third key. You have to go to the third period time. It's the same law. It's the same law. Just like the driver from the third gear, they can go faster. They want the same thing. After you graduate from college, you can stay 4 more years, 6 more years, whatever, to get more degrees. See, you can only do that after graduate, not on prime school or high school. After graduate, same law. Same law. It governs everything in this life. And when you understand it, you basically know where you are or where you want to be. You know also what is required, what need to be done. You have a map. Okay? You have a map set. Guideline. It's all set. And these three laws, universal law, govern them all. It govern the same thing, let's say business. You first you have to when you open a business first. Many people, why many business fail? There's a research like first year first year of new businesses, 1 out of 5 will fail. In 6 years, 50-50, 50 out of 50 will fail. In 10 years, 30 out of 100 businesses will survive. 30 will survive out of 100 businesses in 10 years. All the rest will fail. Why? The reason is simple. The reason is the law of duality is violated. Wherever is violated, one will fail. You can't make it. Because many people, when they open a business, what they do, when they open business, now I have a business, now they're going to relax. Or they violate them. Business is the first stage. Business is the level 1. After you open business, prime school, you have to work twice harder. What you do to open it, you have to work twice harder to go to high school. To make the business work, to maintain. But maintaining does not mean successful. You have to make the business maintain first, not to fall. That's high school. Now you have to work twice harder to make the business work. You build the business, you maintain the business, then make the business successful. The third level is work hard and harder, fast and faster. Start strong, finish stronger. Same law. Same law. You have to you build a business, you have to work twice harder to make the business work. Then you have to work twice harder to make the business successful. Now, when the business is successful, you can open different branches. You can open another branches. And that can lead to having a company. And that can lead to having a corporation. That's how it works. Just like when after you graduate college, you have option to get other degrees. But you have to graduate from college first. And to have a companies or corporation, you have to have a successful business first. The business have to be successful first in order to have different branches, franchise, and so on and so forth. It's the same law that governs everything in this life, the 3 stages. Even in a family structure. Two spouses are 2. When they separated, there you go, no connection, everybody can go with their life. But when they have a child, the third element, They're no longer spouse. They become a family because that's the third cycle. That's the cycle. When the spouse have a child, now they become a family. They can only be family when they have a child. Without a child, they're spouses. When they separated, everybody go. But when they have a child, even they separate, that bond cannot be broken. It's already formed. It's the third element. That child, the third element, will bound them. Spouse can only be family when they have a child. Same law, 1, 2, 3. Is the law of three, the universe. Apply the same thing in everything and anything. See, that's why it's so crucial to understand these three elements. So when you on a task or set a goal or facing a challenge, you will have a roadmap to know where you are or what you're dealing with or the step that need to be taken. These are universal law. It works the same thing for everyone and anyone and anything. It's the same law that govern the human life expand. That is the three stage: youth, middle age, and the elder. This is the three stage. And unfortunately though, life was supposed to be better as you get older. In the teenager age, that's where you are knucklehead. You do a lot of mistakes. It's the first stage. Yeah. Then in the middle age, that's where responsibility comes. You have to be responsible. High school, for college. When you get to college, which is the elder, you're supposed to be what? Wiser, and life's supposed to be better. College, and you're supposed to be more productive, do more, not less. As you get older, you're supposed to do more. You're supposed to be wiser. And being wiser, life's supposed to be better as you get older. But this is where the system that govern the collective have made catastrophic damage to the human race. Where when you get to some age, you are what? In the age of retirement. Where you're supposed to be becoming stronger. They say no, that's the end. Because you're no longer a productive citizen to serve the system. And they will be labeled, give a new title, a senior citizen. Because they're no longer usable to the system. Because the system does not want tankers, the system wants workers. And elderly, throughout history, they were the knowledge holders for a generation. Knowledge holders for a generation. To make life better for their generation after they graduate from college. But no, the government have, the system have a better plan or a wicked plan for them. They will be labeled as senior citizen. They're no longer productive citizen, but senior citizen. And with a lifestyle where they will be medicated to a point where many of them, they will even have trouble remembering their own names, let alone be a vessel to hold knowledge for a generation. Knowledge holders who are supposed to be a knowledge holder for to nurture a generation are medicated to a point they cannot even remember their names or having trouble to remember their names. And crafted a lifestyle. For them, it's like waiting for the bus, for the station of life, for death to come pick them up. When they, what is the lifestyle of senior citizen? Most are nurture homes, nursing homes, living medicated. The system know. The system know what it's doing. Because as you get older, you should not be wiser. No, 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 no. With the system, that's too dangerous for a system. That's too dangerous for the system because the system want workers, not thinkers. Because when one have their mind in touch and have less work to do, they will have more time to think. And more time to think will will birth thinkers. And the system doesn't want that. That's why they have to be medicated. They have to be medicated. Elders were supposed to be knowledge holders. As you get older, you're supposed to be wiser based on experience. Thus, you can be more productive to your society, more productive to your society. But the system that govern the world have made catastrophic sin, a catastrophic sin to the human race. Where knowledge holders are replaced by what? Machines. Machine not giving knowledge, but machines giving informations, nurturing information to a generation. Not knowledge, information. Elders who were the vessel of knowledge replaced by machine that give information. Information that humanity do not need would lead to a generation that is fed with information that is a threat to any functional society by making them mute to one of the most relevant, important virtue for any functional society, which is respect. Which is respect. The knowledge that elders were supposed to feed to a generation to build a society of respect, because through respect, society can function. But are replaced by machines. This is the catastrophic, one of the most catastrophic damage or sin that these systems have caused to the human race. That's why they must come down. These systems, they must come down, and they will come down. They must come down, and they will come down. They shall come down, because they have caused so much damage that sometimes seem to be irreversible. That's why they cannot keep on the way they functioning. They must come down. That's why it is extremely crucial for one to dare to think or see or to manifest beyond the framework of these three systems, which is religion, culture, and government. Because only then, and just only then, one will be able to free their higher self, to see life in a different perspective. Just then, one will, when one dares to think or able to see or to manifest beyond the framework of these three systems of our society, religion, culture, and government, when one there, just then one will be able to free themselves from the limitations or the programming from this system. And only then one will be able to free themselves from the boundary of these systems. There's a slogan attributed to great thinkers in human history. Great thinkers in history. What was that? They were ahead of their what? Their time. They were ahead of their time. Meaning able to think, able to see, able to manifest beyond the framework of the static core of the society. Dare to cross the limitation, dare to think, dare to see, dare to manifest outside the framework of the society. Many were prosecuted for it. Many were prosecuted for that. But guess what? They all have proven indisputable fact, indisputable and valuable fact that one free mind from the boundary of society is more powerful, more relevant than millions or billions of minds that are trapped within the belief system that see as progress or change as a threat. Let me repeat that. A free mind from the boundary, from the limitation or the boundary of a belief system, one free mind is more powerful, more valuable, more relevant than the millions or billions of minds that are trapped within the belief system or any system for that matter that see change or progress as a threat. One mind. That's why they are given that slogan. They were ahead of their time. They didn't care about being prosecuted. They didn't care about being prosecuted. Because progress was seen as a what? Forbidden knowledge. Progress was seen as a forbidden knowledge. Cross boundary as rebellious. And many other slogans that one will be prosecuted for dare to think outside the box or try to break away from the program. That's why one must dare. One must dare. One must dare. Freedom worth anything. Freedom. Freedom worth anything. Freedom worth anything. I'm like freedom. Freedom. It's the same thing of the three, it's the same law. The car. First gear, second gear, third gear. From the third gear, where after third gear, just you have the freedom to go wherever go far as you can go. It's up to you now. You have choice now. On the third gear, that's why this same thing. College, after this you have to go beyond these three. After college, then you have option to you're not going to stay in college forever. You have to get out of college to go face the world, build something, or go get more degrees. That's why these three systems you have to go able to see beyond these three systems and able to be free to see your potential or your purpose in life. To be able to see your potential or purpose in life. You cannot find them within these three systems because these three systems are structured. They are built by a mind. They are structures that are built by a mind. So following them, basically you're following what? Somebody's mind. And your purpose can be far greater than the system itself. Your purpose for being in this life can be far greater than the system itself. But you will never know that by trapping within the system. That's why it's crucial. It's extremely crucial. Does not this, I'm not gonna say have a courage. No, it's not even having a courage. Just be realistic. Be realistic. There's no fear. There's nothing to fear of. Living life is about courage of living life. You have to have the courage to live your life. You have to have courage to live your life. You have to have courage to live a productive life. When my coach told me very beginning, my coach and mentor told me, kid, you embark upon a journey that requires physical and mental strength to get to your destination. You embark upon a journey that requires physical and mental strength to get to your destination. That resonate. Resonate. From that point, I never drink, never smoke. I never drink or smoke before that moment anyway, because if I did, my dad probably would have killed me first. But I never did. From that point, never drink, never smoke, never mess with any type of drug. I personify my body as the vehicle that will take me to my better version. My body, I see this my vehicle that will take me to my better version. And my mind, I personify my mind to be the GPS, the navigational system that I need to keep my eye on it on every given moment. Make sure I'm not going to lose on my journey. So I have to keep my mind close check. Make sure it's functional. Make sure that I'm on the right track. For that, I never mess with no drug of any kind, never. And what I consume religiously, it's not about eating anything and everything. No. Life is not about eating anything and everything. The discipline starts with you first. You conquer oneself first. Then you can go out there, conquer whatever you need to conquer. It requires responsibility, accountability, and sincerity above all. Sincerity above all. There's a lot of food I wanna eat, but if that will compromise my purpose of being healthy, my physical and mental well-being, if that will compromise it, if I consume it, that means I'm not being sincere. Sincerity is required. I can give up any food or anything in this life if that will compromise my physical or mental well-being. Because my physical and mental well-being worth more than craving of anything. Worth more than craving and of anything. And this is the silly part. You crave thing, you crave food, any substance. What happened? After you consume it, the craving is gone. Leave you to deal with the consequences. You crave anything. After you consume it, the craving, boom, gone. Ready did his job. Ready did his job. The craving will go. Leave you with the consequences to deal with. And sometimes the consequences can be a hefty price to pay. Sometimes some pay the price with their life. silly things that can even make angels just like say, what is wrong with these people? Craving, simple as craving. You eat it, the craving is gone. Leave you with the consequences that can cost you your life. But people are still doing it. It's like what's wrong with people. People are still doing it. They know this is not good, but they crave it and they're gonna eat it. So it's like um, metaphor putting water in your gas tank just because gas and water are all liquid. Then expect the car to run fine and smooth. That's how you can put it. Sometimes it's just like it's even too difficult to process it. You know this food or this substance is not good for your physical or mental well-being, but you're gonna do it anyway. See? You're gonna do it anyway. Now, if you cannot fight for your physical well-being, you think you're ready to fight a system, you think you're ready to fight a challenge, you think you're ready to fight a struggle, you're not being realistic. What happens sometimes when people in the situation? Simple as dispute at home. Spousal dispute, one go to the bar. Simple situation, they go to the bar and drink because of the pressure, relieving the pressure. The situation, when you're in the situation where your mind was functional, now you go to the bar, drink to destabilize your mind. The same very weapon you need to solve the situation. You go and you destroy that chance and come back home. What happened when they usually come back home? Things get worse. What was the situation? Now is a problem because this knucklehead who should have stay there, meditate, think solution how to solve this. Why his or her mind is functional? No, they go drink. Now the mind is no longer functional. They come back and want to solve the problem. They could not solve it when the mind was functional. Now they want to solve it when the mind is not functional. End up making things a whole lot worse. Making things a whole lot worse. How lot worse sometimes is the end of it. See, physical and mental well-being is priority and number one responsibility. This should not be negotiated. It's not negotiable. I do not want nobody to take care of me. I do not want my children to take care of me. That is my responsibility. Me to take care of me. I I don't want to leave that to them as a burden. My responsibility to take care of myself. I don't want to leave that to my children as their burden. It's me to take care of me, not them to take care of me. And if I take care of me, they will not have to take care of me. It's my responsibility. But if I fail to do that, that can be their burden. And that's not fair. That's not fair. To leave your failures to somebody else's burden, that's not fair. What you're supposed to do, you fail to do it, and to leave it to them as a burden. How many children their life change because of their parents are in a situation where they have to take care of them. Their life changes. Some their situation is not, they have to put them in a nursing home. A lot of illness is due to how people treat them, take care of themselves. We live in a society where what was once healthy is no longer due to the curse of greed for many of these corporations. who see illness as their gold mine. That's why it's so crucial for one to take responsibility for their own well-being. Take care of oneself is a mandatory, is a moral obligation. It's a moral obligation. This curse must be reversed. Our elder must regain their rightful place as a knowledge holders by taking care of themselves and break away from this curse of being medicated by these systems. Taking care of oneself is crucial. To be physical and mental, your physical and mental well-being is crucial. It's the number one priority. Number one priority. And number one responsibility. Not other responsibility, one responsibility. And to leave that responsibility to a burden to anyone else, that is not fair. That is not fair. That is not fair. That is not fair. Number one responsibility and obligation is one to take care of oneself. To take care of oneself. Not to be taken care of. That's why our elders, this mindset have to be reversed, have to be changed back to what it was meant to be. Start strong, finish stronger. This have to be a belief system. Start strong and finish stronger. Not get to some age and just go sit on the station of life. Sit there for death to come pick you up. Because someone make you believe so. Because the system make you believe so. At this age today, at the age of 63 years old, sometimes I can feel stronger than when I was in my 30s, and physically strong when I was in my 30s or 40s. At 63, I'm not planning to slow down, physical or mentally, because I haven't arrived to my destination yet. I haven't arrived to my destination yet. So the work almost every day. You say you're just starting. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. You're only there when you're done. You're only there when your time here is done. Mean, don't planning to slow down or it is mandatory. It is mandatory for one to take care of oneself, physical and mental, so they can be the best version of themselves. And as you get older, you're supposed to be wiser, and life's supposed to be better and more productive. You have more to share, more to do, more useful to society, more useful to your family, not to be taken care of by your family, but to be useful, more useful to your family. Not sit there to live on your pension of, no, to be more productive to society, to be more productive to yourself, your family, and to society. That means a functional society. That is soon to become. Not a demonic society that only value workers, only values those who they can be used for the system to remain and functional. Physically, laborers, they want laborers, workers, not thinkers. The system of God want tankers, not workers. The system of God want tankers, not workers. Because tankers, that's the treasure. The mind, a healthy mind, that's the treasure. That's the system of God. That's the system of God. System of God want tankers. The system of the enemy want workers. So that's why it's so crucial to dare. To dare to get out of the box, the limitation of all this nonsense, to go beyond the limitation. History have proven many who have dared, and their name is written in history because they couldn't accept, they couldn't see themselves be trapped in that box. They couldn't accept that. And they stood out in their society. From the million and billion, it's their name that is written in history, not others. Not others. Their name is written in what? For what? Yeah, for daring, for refusing to be limited, for refusing to be kept in prison, physically and mentally. They were not rebellious. They were not rebel. No, they were not rebellious. They were thinkers. They were not radical. No, they were thinkers. That's what thinkers are supposed to do. They were thinkers, not rebellious, not radicals. No, they were thinkers, simple thinkers. That's what everyone's supposed to be. To think. You're in the third level, yeah? You think. Think the possible. Think the impossible and bring it to possible. That's what it's all about. Think the future. The future is not what the future is about. What's it about? Go to the unknown and bring it to reality. And you can only do that by thinking. But working, you're doing what somebody already taught about. Working, that's what working is. You're doing what somebody already taught about it. So you will always be there as a worker, just working. And they'll be thinking. You see? Working. You'll be doing what somebody already taught about. You want to be thinker? You have to go behind all these nonsense systems. Because then you can be maybe one of them. Doing something new, something extraordinary, something useful, productive. But not trapping these things, just go in the cycle, same cycle. That cycle get worse and worse and worse and worse. Because you are told what to think, what to do. Repeating the same narrative, what they already thought about. That's why the curse must be shattered and broken. That's why it's so extremely crucial to understand these universal laws of the three. Very crucial. So you will not be intimidated. Because these are the laws that the devil himself fear of. These three universal laws, the devil himself fear of. Because a mindset that understands this law cannot be intimidated by fear, which is the devil's most deceptive weapon to conquer anyone or stop anyone from proceeding toward what they need to do. Fear. And when you understand this, the law of the three, of the universal law, you will not fear of anything. Because it's the universal law, it's a system. It's not about you, it's a system. Doing what this implementing according to a system is what it is said. You will be unstoppable. When you implement the law of time, being early is on time, being on time is late, and being late is unacceptable. When you implement this law, you will never be late to where you need to be or need to do. If I'm late, it's beyond my will. Otherwise, 1 hour before my time schedule, always, throughout my career, till this very moment in time. Because I understand the relevance of time. I don't want to left behind by time and running behind time trying to catch up with time. You can catch up with what you want to do, but not with time. Time, no one can catch up with time. That's how relevant time is. And when you respect time, time respect you back. When you respect time, time respect you back. And when you're ahead of time, whatever time have for you, time will put in your hands because you're there waiting. Time is important. 2, the law of duality. The law of duality. You start strong, finish stronger. You start strong, finish stronger. If you there first, ready, you will never come late. That means someone who already have will. You start strong and finish stronger. And one mindset who plan to start strong and finish stronger will never come short or compromise the between. Will never come short or compromise the between. It's the one who ready to do the actual, the extraordinary. One who will do the actual. With his laws. In any task in this life, no way you can fail. It's a universal law. It works the same thing in human, animal, even in the machines that we drive. It's a human. It's what govern everything and anything in this life. When it comes to one effort to conquer, it's the same law. The way you work for one is the way it will work for all. That's why it's crucial to understand the law of three, universal law. And when this is implemented, when these three laws is implemented, that's where you will step into glory, where you be the last one standing. You respect time, respect the law of duality. Is inevitable toward challenges, struggle, or task or goal. You will make it. You will make it. You will step into your glory as the last one standing. Last one standing facing your struggle. Last one standing facing your challenges. Last one standing facing your achievement. Last one standing. When you implement, you will be the last one standing in your glory. And that saying last one standing is not being delusional. It's not a fantasy. It's not being arrogant. It's being realistic because the universal law is being realistic. Being realistic in your confidence of implementing a law that works the same for everybody. That's confident, not arrogant. To see yourself as the last one standing against your struggles or against any challenges, that is not arrogant. That is confident for understanding a law that works the same for everyone. That's confident, not arrogant. And with that, although some might be triggered by it, I label arrogant or any kind of slogan. But let them. Let them. Let them watch you standing in your glory. Let them and stand in your glory. When you implement these three universal laws, no way you're gonna fail in any task. It's a universal law. It's not about you or anybody. It's the universal law that works the same. That is not arrogant. It's not foolish. It's not fantasy. It's reality. You believe it, it will become your reality. You believe it, implement it, it will become your reality. Inevitable. And no one can do nothing about it, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not, they can do nothing about it. If they're pissed about it, let them talk to the universe. If anyone don't like it, let them talk to the universe. It's not your problem. The universe said it to work that way. That's why to me I don't care what people think. No, you face things to do, you focus on that and get it done. What people say should not mean nothing. Because it's not about people. It's about you and what you need to do. You and the task and you and the law. That's it. That's what you need to focus on. But what people say, what people are gonna say, what people are thinking, what people are gonna think, you will not make it. You will not make it. Those things are irrelevant. They are irrelevant. You focus on what is relevant. You and the task and get it done. That's it. Get it done. That's it. See? But worry about what people are gonna say or what people are gonna think. You're not ready. You're not ready. When you worry about what people are gonna think, what people are gonna say, you're not ready. You're not ready. And you will not make it. Because they will frustrate you to death. So the recap of this message are three. And I hope it will reach out to those whom this message meant to reach, because I believe that it's supposed to meant to reach someone out there. Um, but the recap are three. First, the law of time. Never come late. Never be late. Being early is on time. Be on time is being late. Being late is unacceptable, because you cannot be late in your opportunities that life have for you in this lifetime. It's bigger than you. Some depending on you to make it, some waiting on you to make it. So you cannot be late and miss that opportunity. You get there early, get it done, whatever that is, get it done and do good with it. You get it done and do good with it. Number one, time. Number two, you start strong, finish stronger. Consistency is not enough. You start strong, finish stronger. One who have mindset to finish stronger will never come short or compromise the between, because you need to go all the way. You need to go all the way. Again, because some depend on you to make it, and some waiting on you to make it. For that, you can come short. You cannot come short. You get it done. You get it done. Again, you do good with it. You get it done and do good with it. Number three, physical and mental well-being. These are top and number one priorities and responsibilities for you to take care of, not for anybody else. Because you need to be physical and mental sharp to get to your destination. Because again, some are waiting for you and some are expecting for you to make it, depending on you to make it. So therefore, you cannot compromise your physical or mental strength to get there. You have to make it. And when you do good with it. You do good with it. You cannot come short on your journey for any reason. The universe already set the law and the roadmap. You implement the three, and you get to your destination, and your achievement, you get it, you do good with it. You see, everyone in life have purpose for being here. Everyone. However, though, some have a greater purpose than some or others. So they they are given the task to carry a heavier load, a little bit heavier or a lot heavier than others. That's why when you are one of them, you cannot come short. That's why it was given to you. That extra, the extra load was given to you because you can and you should and you will take it all the way. And when you do, you're going to do good with it. It was not just for you. You were the one that can carry it. So there comes responsibility, moral responsibility to go all the way because it was given to you. Okay. So this is the recap of this message, and I hope that it will reach out to whoever this message meant to reach. As always, then I'm going to leave it here till next time. And I always be well and God bless. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.